Greetings for the day. I'm here to talk about Where the Mind is Without Fear was written by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was a Bengali polymath who worked as a poet, writer, playwright, composer, philosopher, social reformer, and painter. He reshaped Bengali literature and music as well as Indian art with contextual modernism in the late 19th and early 20th century. Author of profoundly sensitive, fresh and beauty poetry of Gitanjali. He became in 1913 the first non-European and the first to win Nobel Prize in Literature. Tagore poetic songs were viewed as a spiritual and however its elegant prose and magical poetry remains largely unknown outside of Bengal. He was the fellow of the Royal Aesthetic Society. The underlying theme of the poem is absolutely freedom. Let me explain what this poem is about. The poet wants a citizen of a country to living in a free state. According to the poet, we see that the poet is expressing his view. There should be a country like where the people live without any sort of fear with pure dignity. They should not be felt suppressed by any authorities. The idea of democracy seems well respected here. The education should be accessible to all irrespective to their caste, creed, religion and so on. The layer that should not stop the people from talking education. One education for all without discrimination. In next line, the poet says that people must remain free from superstitious and must try to achieve the perfection in their skill set. In the end, the poet requests God that let his country get awake in all those conditions which is mentioned earlier. The next appeal is that people of the country should be living in united. To explore way to the lead a fearless life. It seems to provide the right fodder. Get out of your zone and capability on bigger stage. The problem the client present may not be the actual problem, but problem while they are hesitate to present or other things in their work out from the unique process. When you are ready, not when you are ready. The key is to be the first person. Then think of when they desire to make that call. Can you achieve this by focusing on providing value and contributing to their thinking without any immediate expectation? If you believe in the technology and it is a strategic fit, you should not care about others. Have some faith, and being fearless is the one genuine believe in your capability and think that it is not fair to not be given growth opportunities and speak out. When the mind is filled with a constant fear of unknowing, then the highly possibilities of the management will affect cause of not being strategic mind. The mind is without fear and the head is held high, where the knowledge is free, where the world has not to be broken up. Whenever I see an individual, they will go through with the fear while they starting context. If they continues the fear fact will never change, and so we have to face it and explore it. It may cause trouble for a management. Here are some basic principles. Often business leader and those in position of authority get so catch up, it's easy to become so wrapped up in trying to understand someone else. Moves that your business suffer through the lack of your attention at critical time. This freeze, as we will call it, can significantly hold you and your business back. To give your business the best chance of success and best of yours, you must not let your competitor action disturb you from focusing on your plans or remaining what you do best. You can go out and give the best performance. You can be the one leaving the competitor froze with fear or disturbed by the impact that you are making. Here I am conclude with the lines from the poem which was written by the Rabindranath Tagore, where the words come out from the deepest of a truth, where a tireless striving stretched into arms towards a perfection, where the clear streaming of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, no, where the mind is led forward by the thing, into the ever minding throughout the action, into the heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country wake. Thank you all.